New at 11.
A warning tonight from police.
Where officers are tracking a new crime spree targeting homeowners.
Beachgoers shooting 30 feet into the air.
There's a man flying in the sky.
New safety concerns about this water-powered jetpack offering rides in the Carolinas.
Want to get it? It's almost cold.
Veterans volunteer, dedicating their Memorial Day to help people in Oklahoma.
I joined the military to serve. I didn't join to sit on the couch on the Memorial Day.
This WBTV high-definition program is sponsored by Honda Dealers of the Carolinas. WBTV News at 11 starts right now.
I'm Molly Grantham. Happy Memorial Day to you. Paul Cameron has the night off. We begin with a crime alert. Police are warning people in one neighborhood thieves are out there on the prowl. All new at 11. David Spun is live at police headquarters. So, David, what areas are these criminals targeting?
Molly, it's specifically happening in one South Charlotte neighborhood, but folks tell me it could be happening all around Mecklenburg County. Police are using Twitter to urge people to pay attention. They say with the nice weather coming, they say it's a prime time for thieves to come out. It's Memorial Day inside the Winding Brook neighborhood of South Charlotte. Flags are flown as neighbors take in the spring weather. But police say days like this are sometimes the best opportunities for criminals.
A couple times I've had my car broken into, my laptop's taken out.
And that's on two different occasions. Dr. Alan Melvin has always thought of his neighborhood as quiet, even picture perfect. But reality sunk in as soon as he got to his car.
It doesn't happen very often, but it does happen occasionally.
It happens enough that CMPD officers are taking to Twitter to let people know about it. Early this morning, officers responded to a burglary. And over the weekend, a man's golf clubs were taken from his garage.
Sign of the times. We need to keep things locked up.
CMPD says garages, cars, criminals don't discriminate.
One time I left my car unlocked, the laptop got taken. Another time the car was broken into and the laptop got taken, so it didn't matter.
And as the weather gets better, take it as a hint to pay closer attention.
You'd like to think it's not going to happen, but, I think where you're safe is a matter of perspective, and I think it can happen here like it can happen anywhere else. Yeah, and the weather really was beautiful today. I'm sure we're going to have many more picture-perfect days like we had on this Memorial Day. But CMPD officers, they tell me, if you're concerned about your neighborhood, start a neighborhood watch group. It's free. It only needs to start by one person, and it can really make a difference in your neighborhood. We're live at CMPD headquarters. David Spunts, WBTV on your side. Molly.
Thank you, David. For more information on neighborhood watch programs in the Charlotte area, you can visit CMPD's website, which we've linked to our website, WBTV.com. New at 11 o'clock, a woman in the hospital after a hit and run. Police are searching for the suspect. This happened this afternoon on Wilkinson Boulevard in Belmont. The woman, Melanie Rose Matthews, is 52 years old. Presbyterian Hospital tells us she is in fair condition, but her family says she's in bad shape. Matthews was riding her bike when the car hit her and the driver took off.
It means everything. It says you respect human life. If you stop, you respect human life. If you don't have respect for human life anymore.
If you know anything about this hit and run on Wilkinson Boulevard this afternoon, please call police in Belmont. Noon now at 11. City Council is expected to vote tomorrow on funding for the streetcar project. City Manager Ron Carley wants council to take a vote so the city won't miss a deadline to apply for federal grant money. The City Links Gold Line, as it's now called, would connect East and West Charlotte. Tense moments in New York tonight after police discovered an abandoned SUV on the Brooklyn Bridge. The iconic Spam Bridge shut down for more than an hour while the bomb squad investigated. Officers sounded the all clear about 4 hours ago. On New 11 o'clock, we now know the name of the Camp Lejeune Marine killed in a shootout in Texas yesterday. Brand new video from the scene shows the road where investigators opened fire on Esteban Smith early Sunday. Just moments before, they say he shot at this house and killed a woman inside. 5 other people were hurt, including the sheriff in that Texas town. Investigators say they don't know why Smith went on the shooting rampage, but they say he was wanted for questioning in a murder near Camp Lejeune. A man who deputies say admitted to killing his wife at this Lincoln County home is due in court tomorrow. Investigators say Terry White called 911 on Saturday to say he shot his wife. They say White threatened to kill himself. Deputies had to use a taser to take him down. They say they had to. White is charged with first-degree murder. We're still working to learn the name of a man who drowned in the Pisgah National Forest. Steve Otisworge was with crews as they hiked into a remote area of Burke County to recover the man's body.
They could have been to cookouts, could have been spending time with family. Instead, these rescue crews spent their holiday recovering the lost loved one of a family they don't even know.
Sad day.
The victim, who's from Raleigh, drowned yesterday afternoon in Steel Creek at a spot miles back into these woods.
Oh, yeah, rugged.
He'd been camping with his wife next to the creek, a place they've been before, we're told.
He was up there around the waterfall.
And something happened.
Just fell, and into the pool below.
He was caught in a whirlpool, they think, and couldn't escape. One contributing factor in it all, say authorities, is the amount of rain that has fallen in the last couple of weeks. Steel Creek is higher than it normally would be this time of year. The man who was experienced with swimming in the area where he was in wasn't experienced with this much water coming through. The body was located late last night. Crews hiked in at daybreak to retrieve it. There was no shortage of volunteers.
That's what we do.
Because it was miles back in the woods, they needed the extra help. Divers had some heavy equipment to take. Could you carry all that way by yourself?
No, there's no way.
That's where these guys came in, a bridge crew team, teenaged inmates from a local prison.
We're here to assist anybody that needs our help.
Working together, they recovered the victim late this afternoon. A job they prefer was never needed in the first place. But there's no holiday from tragedy.
Even on Memorial Day.
In Burke County, Steve Onesorge, WBTV, on your side.
We know the person who drowned is from Raleigh, but so far investigators have not released his name. The investigation continues into what caused a camera cable to snap at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, hurting 10 fans and damaging some cars. This happened during the Coca-Cola 600 race last night. The Fox network says it's investigating how it happened. We reached out to Charlotte Motor Speedway today, but we haven't heard back yet. NASCAR is promising a full debrief this week to figure out exactly what happened. The race is over, but now it's time to clean up all the trash left at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Crews started the cleanup process this morning. It usually lasts 4 days. They expect to pick up 150 tons of garbage. We are not just talking paper and plastic, but big items left by campers, such as grills and old furniture. We found one family collecting recyclables to turn into cash for a church mission trip to Guatemala.
The price on cans has decreased, but if we can make 102, that's fine. That's perfect, because the amount that it costs to go, it's more than what we're making, but still, whatever we get, it helps.
What a great idea. And here's a fun fact about the cleanup process. Usually cleaners find some 24 cell phones and up to 50 sets of keys. New at 11 o'clock, power back on tonight for nearly 3,000 people near Park Road. A truck crashed into a utility pole this morning. A woman pulled the driver of that truck to safety moments before it burst into flames. A group of military volunteers spent their Memorial Day helping victims of the deadly tornado in Moore, Oklahoma. They're just some of the hundreds of volunteers descending on the town in the week since this EF5 tornado hit, killing 24 people. It hurt hundreds. It has caused more than $1 billion in damage. Edwards Lawrence has the latest from Moore.
In an area often described as a war zone, leave it to warriors like Lieutenant Mike Sizer to be on the front line.
Figured might as well just get out here and try and do some good.
Sizer is among a number of servicemen and women helping to clear debris and rebuild the tornado-stricken town of Moore, Oklahoma. Why? Because they're needed.
That's what we're here for. I mean, I joined the military to serve. I didn't join to sit on the couch on a Memorial Day, you know.
Brenda Burton didn't spend the holiday sitting down either.
It has to mean something to somebody.
She's on a mission to reunite an American flag that was battered by the storm with its rightful owner. She found the flag covered with mud on her parents' fence.
And I saw it and I thought, well, this may be all there is. And to me, this flag looks like it belonged to someone that has already been maybe to Afghanistan or somewhere overseas.
She's using signatures on the back of the flag as clues.
But here, for instance, it says, "Thank you, SPC Randy Hunt."
Burton says it's a small way she can repay someone who fought for her family's freedom.
I just want to give it back to them, and I hope that maybe their house wasn't a total loss, but I hope I can get this memento back to them somehow, to somebody that's done a lot for our country.
And those fellow countrymen in uniform continue to help out here at home. Edward Lawrence for CBS News.
Eric Thomas is in the First Alert Weather Center. And Eric, it's now time for the weather, because what can we expect outside when we wake up in the morning? It was beautiful today.
Absolutely. And I think we can continue that trend, Molly. Let's take a look at it. And over the next 12 hours, your out-the-door forecast, I think we'll start off mild. It'll be a quiet start, 66 degrees. We'll bottom out in the upper 50s before you wake up, unless you're a real early bird, but before the sun comes up, certainly. Otherwise, there it is. Not much in the way of cloud cover or rain in the area, but you'll see some really wicked storms moving across across the Ohio Valley, and tornado watches out across the middle of the country. Molly will let you know when to expect those thunderstorms coming up in your first alert forecast.
President Obama marked Memorial Day laying a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier at Arlington National Cemetery. And he promised Americans that the war in Afghanistan is now drawing to a close.
Today, a transition is underway in Afghanistan, and our troops are coming home.
President Obama has pledged to end that war by 2014. Also, during today's speech, the president mentioned a Charlotte mother of 2 Marines who wrote him and asked he never forget the sacrifices of our military. One of the largest military cemeteries in our area is here in Salisbury. We were there Saturday as volunteers began planting flags in front of each and every grave. Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, ROTC members, and current and retired military took part. More than 2,000 people came to Kannapolis today for the dedication of a new war memorial and Veterans Park. Service members who saw action in every conflict from World War II to Iraq and Afghanistan all took part in this pretty awesome parade. Some parents are upset tonight because their children had to attend school today. Most locals districts make Memorial Day a holiday, but that wasn't the case in Lancaster County, South Carolina. We asked school leaders why. They told us students needed to prepare for final exams, but district leaders say students did learn about Memorial Day in class. Still, some parents say this was the wrong call.
Gives the kids the wrong message, and they, we're to honor those who gave their lives for our country.
Parents say they want more input before the district makes decisions on the school calendar. Next, here at 11 o'clock, a water-powered jetpack sending brave beachgoers dozens of feet into the air. You can experience the thrill right now along the Carolina coast, but tonight there are new questions about the safety of this. You're watching WBTV, the choice for news at 11 o'clock, and we are back right after this.